It's the Ontario RTAK II 5160 spring steel and the Knife Connection G10 aftermarket scales. Ontario gives a bunch of different options in their line, from the SP series to the Bushcraft series, to the Rat, RTAX, Ranger. For the money you pay, these are great options for thrashers. There's two part numbers out there. There's 8669 and 8628. This is the newest version, which is the 8628. And for some reason, it's more expensive. I've seen in the past where the older version with the Randall's triangle on there was more money. But right now on Amazon, the 8669 is $79 and the 8628 is $99. The TKC Knife Connection, they have a bunch of different colors in those G10 scales, and they're $56.95. I have, like I do with the other big knives, I have multiple versions of this. This is brand new, obviously. These are absolute cheapest, $100 knife you can have. You could just wail away with this thing, and it's enjoyable. I haven't had any of the chipping out issues that you've seen other reviewers put. I don't know what they're doing with them, but you'll see online some pictures of guys, with the big chunks chipping out of the blade. I mean, this is a full flat ground blade, and it's not 4V or 3V. It's not a bussy. It's not a $450, $500 chopper. It's $80. If you use it accordingly and you don't try to baton through concrete, it works. The nice part about the RTAK is the handle size for people with big hands. And this kind of shows how big this knife really is. Look how small the handle is. This is such a fine blade, but like I've talked about before, the handle is just way too small. This is okay, just about right, and this is for big guys with big hands. This is perfect. Everything about it. It's not too fat where it's going to fatigue you. If you did have smaller hands, I don't know if this would be the knife for you. The stock sheath is not bad. It works. I mean, you're going to hear people bash that too. I don't know what they want for $80, custom Kydex. This will work. This will hold it on your pack, or I think it's a little too big to wear on your belt, but I'm probably going to have blue swell leather make me some form of sheath. I don't know if it's going to be a Scout, so it's too big for Scout probably. These are the standard Micarta scales that come with the knife. There's nothing wrong with them. I have a respirator. I could have sanded these down and oiled them, and I may do that, just to mess with them. You can customize these. You can put a palm swell in them. You can do whatever you wanted with them. I matched my SE I had. I like buying these scales from the Knife Connection. I'm not going to use a bow drill. I like how they stick that on there in this big conker. It does have the lanyard hole in the back. And don't expect this thing. It's not a bad edge that comes from the factory, but this is made. This is a big field knife. This is I hate using the word survival, but this is for, delimbing, chopping stuff down. And it's not going to have a razor's edge like a PM2 that's going to slice perfectly through paper. Some do. This Becker does. This one's not bad, but it's, the edge can't be too acute, because then it will have problems. It has to be somewhat obtuse. A little fatter geometry at the tip, at the edge of it. I just laugh when I see the reviews of people saying that they're not very sharp. It's a big survival knife. It's made to beat on things with, not carve, a turkey sandwich, even though you could probably cut some turkey with it. Anyways, it's a great option, especially for a thrash knife. It's American made. If you got a good heat treat, which of the 2 other samples that I have, they've been great. It's got a classic profile. It's very comfortable, even with the stock grips, in my opinion. You know, these just make it absolutely perfect. Everything about it is perfect. The Ontario RTAK II 5160 steel, and then Knife Connection G10 custom scales.